Hello friends, this is tutorial number 17 in this Turbo Pascal programming language tutorials. Okay, in this tutorial we will talk about data types that we not mentioned earlier, and I will start with a Boolean. Okay, I will write a variable x will be a Boolean. Okay, Boolean, it can only can has two values. It can be true or it can be false. Okay, let's begin the application, and we will simply write a line x. Okay, we need to read the line and dot. And if we run now, by default it will be a false, and we forgot one letter, and let's run. Okay, as you can see, it's false, and if we want to change it to true, we will simply write x equals to true. Okay, and if we run it now, okay, it will be true. With Boolean we're checking if something is true or it's false. And to explain you to understand better, let's create another variable epsilon, and it will be integer. Okay, and now let's give some value. Epsilon, variable epsilon will be equal to 3. Okay, and now we simply want to write line epsilon equals to 3. Okay, I usually getting error with these two dots, but in this case we are writing we want to check if epsilon equals to 3. Okay, it will a Boolean, and if if epsilon is equals to 3, response will be true, or and if epsilon not equals to 3, we will get a false. But first let me clear this and let's run. Okay, we have a true, but first true x is true, and the second is epsilon. But now, to do not get confused, we don't want to delete. I want to show you one more thing. We don't want to delete this right line x, but at the same time we don't want to be printed. Okay, we can use a comment. If we want to comment something, we can use bracket. We can open the bracket and press the star, and as you can see now all of this text is commented. But when we want to finish a comment, we are using star and closing bracket. Okay, now let's clear, and we will get only a epsilon. Okay, and as you can see, epsilon is true, and this right line x is not printed because we commented it. You will use a comment if you will do some application, and someone else needs to write your code. If you want to explain, if you have something or some code, if your code is a little complicated and you want to write some notes, you can use it. You can do it by writing a comment. Okay, now okay, we have epsilon is true, but if we are writing epsilon equals to 5, if we want to check if epsilon equals to 5, and if we run it now, okay, the response will be false. Okay, I think that you understanding better now. Also, we can write epsilon greater or equal to 5, and if we run again, the response will be false again, because 3 is not greater or equal than 5, and if we write lesser on or equal than 5, the response will be true. Okay, I think this is now clear to you, but I'm pretty sure that you already have experience with some other language, that you already know what Boolean is, but in the case you don't, that if Turbo Pascal is your first programming language, now you know what is the Boolean. And now we also can use, we already know what is integer, we already know what is long integer, we already I already explained, but we have but let's okay, let's comment this. I will delete this comment and I will writing it here. Okay, and now we will have a third variable. We can have a variable z, and let's no, it can be here. Okay, z, we need in the next line, variable z will be a short int. Okay, what's the short? We already know. I already explained with long int. Long int we are using when we work with large numbers. But short int, it's okay. It can be the same thing as integer, but it has shorter range. Okay, if we write variable z equals to 10, and we will simply write line z. Okay, and let us clear and let's run. Okay, we forgot semicolon, and let's run. Okay, okay, the variable z is 10, which is okay. But if we change the variable z, we will use 200, and let's run, and we have constant out of range. It means that we overloaded a short int. Okay, and if we use 127, okay, it's 127, it's okay. But if we use 128, okay, out of range. Okay, I wanted to that this is the limit of the short integer. Of course, you can use a negative number, minus 127, and okay, it will be printed. And if we are using I think 128 will work. Yes, it will work, but minus 129, I think it will not work. Okay, this is the range of short integer. It is 127 is a positive and 128 negative. You can use a short int when you are working with small numbers. if you have some variables x equals to 2, epsilon 5, you can work with short int, but I'm not using this often, and I usually use integer, and I'm using long int when I work with larger numbers. But in the case you want to, it is maybe you need it for school or for exam. It is, if you, I wanted to show you to explain you what short int is. Of course, we can use there is a byte and the word, but byte is really short. It is 0.25. This and I'm not using it, and I want, if you need, you can check it, but byte and byte. It's too short for use. I usually I neither using a short int. Okay, but in the case you want to know, that's the data types that we have in Pascal. Okay, I'm pretty sure that you are understanding this. I just wanted to, maybe I should explain you this earlier, but I wanted, okay, no problem. But Boolean we will gonna use in the next tutorials. But short int I think we won't. But in the case you need to know, I wanted to explain you. Okay, I really hope that you like this video. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and you have a link in the description, and I will see you in the next tutorial.